Hello everyone, welcome back again. This is Jesse, and then in today's tutorial we're trying to see how to work with JupyterLab, right? So what is JupyterLab? So JupyterLab is a package of Jupyter project. It's very powerful. Just trying to combine not only Jupyter Notebook but plenty stuff to make it a more powerful IDE. So now let's see how to install it. So just go to your normal terminal or your command prompt, then go with pip install JupyterLab, right? That is the first method of installing. Because I've already installed it, it's going to tell me that requirement already satisfied. So perfect. So just finish already installing. Because I've already installed it, that's why it's saying requirement already satisfied. That is the first method. The second method is if you are using conda, you can also use this method, right? So conda install C conda-forge and JupyterLab. That is if you are using Anaconda or mini conda. Now let's see how to work with it. So to open it, just go with JupyterLab, right? So when you go with JupyterLab, they're supposed to be separated. It's going to open your default browser, but you'll be using our Chrome browser. So it says using my default browser, which is Mozilla, but I will want to use the Chrome, right? So I just go here, I'll copy this one, right? You can configure it to open straight away, but I'll copy this one, and let's close this. We don't want to use Mozilla, let's use Chrome. Perfect. Perfect. So it's opening it quite nicer. So this is how it's going to be. This is going to be a normal launcher, right? So this is quite interesting. So it's going to give you the notebooks, the console, and then others, right? So there's a tutorial on how to add these particular kernels. I have Jupyter, JavaScript, Julia, and then so you can add this tutorial on how to add these kernels to it. Now let's see some cool stuff you can do with it. So this is just not the notebook. You can actually switch between them. So if I want to move to the traditional classical notebook, I just go to the lab here, right, and change it from lab to tree, right? If I change to tree, it's going to open the classical old one for us at the same time, which is quite interesting. So this is just a tree of whatever tenor this day. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our lab. Okay, that is nice. So this is looking different from the previous one because the version is quite different. This is an updated version, right? That's why it's giving us that. So this is going to be the file browser, the terminal running, the command palette, and then this is going to give us the open tab. So later on, there's also going to be an inspector one, which is going to open later when we open one. So to launch a notebook, just click on it, and it's going to launch a notebook. So this is one of the notebooks that's open. If I want to rename it, click on this here, and then rename it. So I can rename from this place. So let's go to that first tweet. And if you come to the file browser, you see that it is already showing here. You can also rename it from this point. Click on right click and then come to rename, and then let's put a dash in between it, and automatically rename it perfectly. So you can rename it here or here. And then the other things are like, you see that it's giving us the last modifier. This is the last time it's modified. So perfect. So this thing is the file browser, not just only a file browser to open notebooks. You can also use to open all your files. So let's say I have dataset folder here. I want to open this particular CSV. So I double click on it. It's going to open this as a CSV, which is quite interesting. So if I want to go back to open something different, I just can open a test file. There's a test file. If I want to open, let's say something like a JSON, it's going to open it perfectly. You double click on it and it's going to open. So it's very interesting and very powerful. There's a normal JSON. I can click on it to start loading it for us. So several of the data sets, right? It is quite interesting. Perfect. So it's not just a text editor, it's full browser. Okay, nice. So let's go back. To go back, just go to the home, and then you're back. You can actually even view images. Double click on it, then it's going to open an image for us, which is quite interesting. Okay, perfect. So we are done for that. Now let's see some of the stuff. So this is a markdown file. If I click on it, it's going to open this particular markdown in its normal format, right? If I double click on it. But in case I don't want this particular stuff, I want it in a different format. I want to actually preview it. So I can come back to my file browser, click on it, right click, then go to open with, then not editor but markdown preview. Then it's going to open it as a markdown preview, which is quite interesting. So I have the markdown preview of the markdown, this markdown here. It's quite interesting. The next cool thing that I can actually put them together. So let's close this one and then put them side by side, right? So I'm going to put it side by side by dragging it and putting it here. Perfect. So I can drag it here and I can increase the size with this place. So increasing the size as I want. Okay, perfect. And it's very interesting that if you check this thing here, right, whatever thing is here is a preview. I can actually interactively work on this place and it will automatically sync and then run here. So if I come here and go with JupyterLab, is the best, right? Is the best. So that is automatically rendering it here. Is the best. So that's automatically rendering here. I can actually delete this. If I want to delete something here, I can delete it and it's automatically deleted. Perfect. That is one nice thing about it. It is syncing with it perfectly. Okay, perfect. So let's go back, close this, and it's going to work perfectly. That's one nice thing about it. Okay, so now let's move on to the actual stuff. So we have first tutorial here. If I want to create another notebook, I can just come to the file, then new, then I can select new notebook terminal of this file, or I can just go to Control Shift L. Then I'm going to go to my launcher, right? Control Shift L, launcher, Control Shift L, launcher, right? So let's close it. Then here I'm going to open Julia. So I'm having two stuff here. I'm having my first tutorial for Python, then this is going to be for Julia. So let's go to a second, right? So I can actually put them side by side. So I'm running two different notebooks, running on two different kernels on the same JupyterLab, which is quite interesting. So this is to change the kernel. You can just go here, then select the particular kernel that you want. Okay, perfect. I'm having Julia here. And it's going to work perfectly. So if I print something like print, right? Hello world. Hello world. It's running perfectly, and at the same time I can actually print line hello world. It is also going to work perfectly without any mistakes, which is quite interesting. Very, very cool, right? So if I'm running two different programs in the same window, right, which is quite interesting. Okay, so now let's see some of the things we can also do. Let's close this. Okay, let me go to my markdown, preview it, perfect. Okay, perfect. So now let's see some of the things we can also do here. So there are several modes that we can work with, right? So the first one is, I'm going to call it as the command mode. Right? So for the command mode, just go with escape. So if I want to move to the command mode, I just go with escape, then it changes to the command mode. So with the command mode, there are several things you can also do. You can actually insert a cell above. Right? You can insert a cell above. If I want to insert a cell above, with the command mode, you just go with escape, then inserting a cell above, just go with a cell above, right? If I want to insert a cell below, escape, then B, a cell below. So that is how to work with the command mode. So in case I want to actually change this one form to render it into markdown, right? Escape in the command mode, then if I click on M, I move to the markdown. If I click on Y, I go back to the command mode. So M, markdown, Y, back, right? M, markdown, Y, back. So M, so that's changing from the top here to, so that it's changing at the top here. So I can actually change it from the top here to markdown. And then when I click on it, it's going to render it as markdown, which is quite interesting. I can actually change it back to the normal code view, and it's going to work perfectly for us. So that is one nice thing about the command mode. So with the escape, you can do a lot of things. In case I want to delete this, I can just go with escape, right? Command mode, then DD, then I delete it. So this one, if I want to delete this, escape, command mode, DD, right? Delete it. If I want to delete this one, escape, command mode, DD. So I'm already off of it. So that's one nice thing about it. So you can use command mode, escape, command mode, then A, cell above, B, cell below. Then if I want to go to the markdown format, escape, then M, markdown, right? So if I click, so I'm already in the markdown. So if I want to render it, I click on it here, run a cell, it's going to run a cell perfectly for us. So that is for the command mode. Now let's go on to the enter mode, right? So I'm going to create this is going to be our enter mode or edit mode, right? Not enter, edit mode, right? So for the edit mode, just go with enter. There are several things you can do with it apart from enter. So one of them is, if I want to render this one, escape, right? I'm already in escape mode. Click on M. I'm in the markdown. So if I want to run this cell, I can run it from here, or I can click on shift and then enter, right? Or control plus enter. So if I go with control plus enter, it's going to only execute the cell without giving me an additional stuff. So control plus enter, so that it runs it perfectly without giving an additional cell. So if I go back, control plus enter. But if I want to run the code here and then give an additional cell, then I'll just go with shift plus enter. So shift plus enter is going to run the code and create an additional cell. Shift control plus enter is going to run only the code without creating an additional cell. I was supposed to correct this, don't worry. So shift plus enter is going to run the code and then shift and create another one, right? Perfect. So let's create is running it and running. So if I want to delete it, escape dd, right? So let's say you have something like print, let's call it as range 10, right? Perfect. Range 1 to 10. So this is shift plus enter. So shift plus enter is going to run it. This same thing that I'm running here, if I only want to run it without creating another cell, I can go with control plus enter. It ran it, there was no cell created. The same thing. So let's create another cell, escape cell below, then let's paste this thing here. Let's make it something different apart from the range. So hello world here. So if I go with enter, it's not going to work. You meant to just click on only the enter, it's going to just give you space. But if you want to actually execute it, just go with shift then enter. That is rendering it perfectly. So entering inside this edit mode will just give you space. But if you want to actually run the code, just go with shift plus enter or shift or control plus enter. Okay, perfect. So that is how to work with it. Now we have done with most of them. There's also another thing in case I have a function. So let's create a simple function. Let me reduce the size. Reduce the size. So let's say I have a function, so I'm going to call it as f, function f, then it takes an argument of x, and then I have something like this. So I want to put something there, so s plus 4, then return, let's call this say a answer, right? And I want to return answer, right? Something like this. So if in case I want, this is right, it's work, but I want to actually indent it well, so I can, it's not indented properly, this is not indented properly. I want to indent it well, so I just go with the control plus the parentheses, right? So it's working perfectly, it's indenting it well. I can do the same thing for the next one, it's working well. So if I want to do for the entire stuff, let's say here, just select the entire stuff, then so that is doing it for all of them. Perfect. So that's how to indent it, right? Up and down. So with the control plus the square bracket, right or left. So now let's go back to the perfect. So now let's see how to work on it. Perfect. So it's perfectly working. So we have been able to do some stuff on it. Now let's check some other stuff apart from these things. The comments, in case I wanted to also comment this place, I can also do it perfectly. If I want to comment a code, I just go with this, right, and then control and L. I'm going to comment it, control and then L, right, just like in Sublime Text, and then in both of them, control and then L. I'm going to comment them perfectly. Perfect. So we have been able to do some of them on the edit mode. Now let's check on the multi-select, right? So for the multi-select, there are several things I can also do with it. If I want to select this file, this code, this cell and this cell and this cell, I can just go to click on it, right? Then shift plus J. So that's selecting down. down, down, right? So I've named to combine all of them together. If I want to go up, Shift K, right? Perfect. So Shift J goes down, Shift K goes up, J for down, K for up. And I can actually merge them. So let's say I want to merge the two of them together. So Shift K will go up and down. If I want to merge them, I just go with Shift and then M. So that it's merging them perfectly together. Just quite interesting. So if I want to merge this one and this one, so Shift J, escape, Shift J, right? Perfect. Now I want to merge the three of them together, Shift and then M. So I've merged them together. If I want to separate them, split them together, I just put my cursor at the place I want to split. Then Shift, Control, then minus. So I'm subtracting it from here. So Shift, Control, minus. Right, perfect. So that's one of the ways of doing it. So this is some of the interesting thing about it. Now there's also one nice thing that you can also do. If I want to go to, okay, there's also one nice thing you can also do. Now let's check some stuff that you can also, let's see some of the things you can also do. So sample, let's call that sample markdown, right? So let's say I've created a function. I want to give a comment or a doc string on it, so I can actually do the same thing with backtick, three backtick. Then I can put whatever I want to put this. I can put my Python code to for I in range 10. Then let's say print I, right? Perfect. So this, if I want to render this, escape M, command mode, right? Do command mode in the markdown. So I click on it. Now it's running perfect. So this is just a raw stuff, right? It's quite interesting. But I want to see it in Python. So I can just click here and then put Python on top of it. Python. Then if I run it, that is operating just like it would have operated here, right? So it's giving us, let me show you an example of that. So this same thing that I'm having here, so for I in range 10, print I, right? This is the code here, right? This is the code above. This is the code above, right? So in case I want to, it's showing the same thing here, just like it's showing here. I can do the same thing for Julia. So let's make it another example. So backtick, three backticks. Then let's do the same thing for Julia. This is a Python kernel, but I want to show a Julia format of that code here. So it's going to be, so for I in, let's say 1:10, right? Julia doesn't use this, we just go straight away. So print line I, then we have to bring the end. So if I run this, this is running in Python, but this is running the raw stuff. I can actually, if I want to render it in Julia format, I can just go with this Julia, and then I run it. Perfect. So that this is in Python, this is in Julia, which is quite interesting. So this is a Julia code format running in Markdown inside a Python kernel, which is quite interesting. So one of the things you can also do that in case I want to actually hide something, right? I want to drag my files, I want to drag the cells. It's possible you can also do that. You can just click on it like this, then drag it up and down. So let's drag it to the top. So let's drag it here. Yeah, drag it there. If I want to hide it, click on this, it's hidden. If I want to unhide it, perfect, right? It's quite interesting. Okay. Now let's check some other cool stuff you can also do about the help mode, right? This is going to be our help mode. Help and then shell mode. So help mode and then our shell mode. Okay, so for the help mode, we just go with this, and then for the shell mode, we just go with this, right? That is how to do that. So if I run this as skip M, perfect. So the help mode is this, the shell mode is this, right? So if I want a command to see the meaning of the command, I can put the question mark in front or behind, and it's going to give us perfectly. So this is Windows. So if I do dir, it's giving us the string, which is quite interesting. It's giving us the string, right? Perfect. I can actually put it at the back and it's still going to work. So dir is still going to work, right? So either in front or behind, it's still going to work. So let's hide these ones. That is going to be for our help mode. Again, in case I want to go to the shell mode, This is for Python. So to work with Python, just go with a bash, the bank, then let's give it like pip install whatever I want to install. Let's say flags or something. It's going to work. Or I can just do this ls, and then this is going to be in Python, which is quite interesting, right? Giving us the shell mode. Amazingly, let's go back to our file that we had here. This is for our Julia, right? This was for our Julia. This thing, right? You can't do this thing here. In Julia, you can still work on the same thing. If you want the help mode, just go with this. Then let's go with something like PS. If it's having, it will tell you. If it's not having, it's going to tell you. Right? It's working perfectly. So this is for the help mode. It's working here. But in Julia, you can't do something like this. You cannot do bank this. It's not going to work. For the Julia, I don't understand why it's not going to work. But it's not documentation file. I don't understand why it's not going to work. But for it to work in Julia, you don't go with the bank. You just go with the shell mode. The Julia's normal command prompt shell mode. The REPL mode, which is going to be the semicolon, right? Then it's going to work perfectly. So one takeaway is that in Python, you just go with the bank. In Julia, you go with the semicolon, which is quite interesting. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do with it. There are several things you can also do. There's also the magic, ls magic, which you can also do, and it's going to list all of these particular magics for us, all these plenty stuff. So there are several of them that you can also do, but that is also, there are several of the stuff you can do. You can check the documentation for most of them. Okay, now let's check one last thing that we want to do, then we leave. So this is the normal Jupyter. You have worked with the normal Jupyter. In case I want to change the theme from the black to white, right? So just go to Jupyter and then just click on it. Then it's going to change to the white mode. This is okay, but me, I prefer the black because the black is cool, right? Okay, that is how to change the theme. Quite nice. And now let's close it. Then let's go from the notebook. Now we are done with the notebooks, and let's see how to work with the terminal. So you can work on your normal terminal from here, and it's going to open your particular terminal, which is quite interesting. So this is the normal terminal for your system. So this is PowerShell if you are going to use your terminal and all of these things, and it work just like the normal shells work. So DRL, and it's going to work perfect. So that is for the terminal. You can also come to the console. Apart from the terminal, you can also come to the console. So for the console, you just go with any of them. So let's select something like Julia or any of them, and it's going to work perfectly, right? So print line hello, right, 100, and it's going to work perfectly for us. Perfect. So it's working perfectly, right? Which is quite interesting. That is how to work with the console. So it's quite interesting with the console, right? Okay, now we are done with it. We are done with most of them, right? So this is going to be our test editor, the normal test file. If you want to actually modify this, change it from the white to something, just go to your settings. You come to the test editor themes, and then you can select any of them. So let's go with material, change it to material. Settings, you go back to test, you can change it to serialize, and it's working perfectly, right? Settings, and let's go back to the normal default one. Okay, perfect. So that is some of the interesting things you can also do in JupyterLab. It is quite interesting and very interesting. One last thing we can also do, that is the final. So you see you have a file here, right? You can actually export it to the particular format that you want. To go to the export, go to the file, and export notebook as, then these things. So you can export it to them, but some of them require some packages, some plugins to enable to do that. So it's quite interesting to do that. And one thing about it that, like all these things that you have, you can actually view it in the JSON format. So if I go to the preview and I go to JSON, it's going to show us the actual JSON format of it, which is this is how it's supposed to be in the actual JSON format. So let's open it with our test editor, with a different test editor, right? This is our notebook. Then let's open this one here. So I'll drag it and then paste it here. Instead, this is actually a JSON format, right? Which is quite interesting. All of them is a JSON format. Okay, that is some of the nice things you can also do with it. So there are several things you can do, which is quite interesting, making Jupyter Notebook and JupyterLab one of the best IDE around, right? So perfect. So thank you for watching. If you want to close down your stuff, you can just come to here, then click on this. You can click on this and then shut down terminal from here, or you can just go to your terminal, the running, then shut down all of them, right? Perfect. So we are done. So thank you for watching. If you have any question or contribution, you can just put inside the comment section so that everybody can benefit. There's also another option of uploading files or downloading files inside. Thank you.